Hey there, and welcome. Why don't you get all snuggled up and cozy because I have a very special bedtime story to share with you tonight. You know how it is. When you're all tucked into bed, have you ever heard a funny little creak or maybe a strange whooshing sound from outside? Sometimes those nighttime noises can feel just a little bit spooky, right? Well, our story tonight is all about a sound just like that. In a lovely little village, there lived two sisters. The older sister's name was Lakshmi, and she had a huge imagination. Oh, and she really loved to play little tricks on her sister. So Lakshmi just loved telling spooky stories, and one night she leaned over to her little sister and whispered, "I have a secret. There's a ghost in our house, and every single night at exactly 2 o'clock in the morning, it screams." Oh, you can imagine her little sister was so scared after hearing that. That night, she just lay there in bed, her eyes as wide as saucers, staring up at the dark ceiling. Her little heart was going thump, thump, thump as she waited, and waited for the clock to strike 2. Let's just watch that clock with her, okay? Tick, tock. The minute hand moves. It's 1:58. Tick, tock. Now it's 1:59. The entire house was so quiet, you could hear a pin drop. It must be any second now. And then it happened. Right at 2 o'clock, a long, strange sound echoed through the house. It sounded like coo. It wasn't really a scream, but boy, it was a very spooky sound. The little sister let out a tiny gasp and dove right under the covers, shivering from her head all the way to her toes. She wrapped her arms around Lakshmi as tight as she possibly could. She was so sure that the ghost was real. But then, when the little sister peeked out from under the blanket, she saw something really strange. Lakshmi wasn't scared, not one bit. In fact, in the soft moonlight coming through the window, her little sister could see that Lakshmi was actually smiling. Why wasn't she afraid? So, what do you think? What was that mysterious coo sound? Could it really have been a ghost? Or maybe it was something else entirely. Let's find out, shall we? You know, sometimes our imagination is so powerful, it can cook up some really scary things, like a ghost making noises in the night. But a lot of the time, the real reason is, well, it's not so scary at all. Lakshmi started to giggle and gave her sister a big hug. "You silly goose," she said. "That's not a ghost. That's just the mail train. Its whistle blows every single night when it passes our house at 2 a.m. That cool sound was just its horn." Whew, so that was a relief. The ghost wasn't real after all. But, you know, a few nights later, something else happened. As the sisters were getting into bed, they both saw it. A tall, dark shape, just standing in the corner of their room. And here we go again. Their imaginations went into overdrive. What was it this time? A shadowy monster? A tall, dark ghost just waiting for them in the corner? Or do you think it could be something much, much simpler? Well, Lakshmi, feeling a little braver after the whole train incident, tiptoed just a little bit closer. And what do you think she found? It wasn't a ghost at all. It was just their big, puffy coat hanging on a hook on the wall. The shadows in the room were just playing tricks on their eyes. So let's think about it. Were there any ghosts in the house? The screaming ghost turned out to be a train, and the tall, dark ghost was just a coat. So what does that tell us? That night, the two sisters learned a really big lesson. They figured out that most of the time, the things that scare us, they aren't real monsters hiding in the dark. They're just little fears that we sometimes make up in our own minds. And that's what being brave is all about. It doesn't mean you're never scared. Nope. Being brave means feeling that little flutter of fear, but deciding to take a closer look anyway. It's like the sisters discovered a secret recipe for being brave. Step 1, they felt scared, and hey, that's totally okay. Step 2, instead of hiding, they decided to look a little closer. And step 3, when they looked closer, they found out the truth. And that's the real magic of being brave. It's like having your own personal flashlight for the dark. It helps you see things for what they really are, instead of what your imagination might be telling you. So, as you get ready to drift off to sleep, here's a little something to think about. What's one small thing you can choose to be brave about this week? Maybe it's just tasting a new vegetable or saying hi to a new friend. Just remember the sisters and try taking a closer look. If you liked our story tonight, we would love it if you'd hit that like button and subscribe for lots more bedtime adventures. Sweet dreams, and we'll see you next time.